Kyle Shanahan, you know. Anthony Lynn was in Buffalo the last few years. He's been a longtime NFL assistant coach, running backs coach, never been a coordinator. And Phillip Rivers, who is in uniform tonight but will not play. That's been the custom in these fourth preseason games forever. And Jones right away delivers a throw to Jeremy Davis.
The next few days unfold with Aaron Lynch.
All right, so on a 2nd and 5 play, another familiar name. And on that 4-man 49er front.
Here comes the pressure.
3rd down, it does come up the middle. Brock Coyle is picked up, and that pass is held. Barner held it. Cardale Jones operates, whips one quickly to the near side. Another completion. That is Jamal Jones on the catch for the Chargers. And
a big game tonight.
Derek Watt in as a fullback to lead the way for Barner. And Barner is able to push his way out. That's a good, strong finish to the run, and he looks like he's going to get a 1st down. All right, 1st down from the Chargers 49. And that ball's picked right through the hands of the Charger receiver, and very gladly caught by Asa Jackson. Another look at a pass intended for tight end Sean Culkin.
Yeah, and he should have had it. Now, Cardale Jones has got a lot of heat on that ball, and you typically want that down below the neck so it doesn't get tipped. If the guy
Hoyer, one of the almost 30 49ers that are in tracksuits on the sideline. The play-action bootleg right away, and a throw behind the play, and that's the first time we've seen veteran tight end Logan Paulson used as a receiver in preseason. Victor Bolden is in the slot to the right, to the bottom, and the running play there is blown up by the Chargers. So 2nd down and a longer 10, a flip on an end around to Bolden. But the Chargers are there, and it's dropped for a loss. Good. Blake Bell, the tight end, just off to Beathard's right. At time now breaks out to his left, keeps the eyes down the field. Eventually nowhere to throw it, so Beathard runs it for a gain before he's
the 5-yard line if he can.
So Pinion drops the nose of the football. Now it's become the standard end over end, the rugby style kick, and it's caught.
Maybe he's in the mix for that 5th and final corner spot.
So now the Chargers trying to run it out, and they do, except Barner got hit, ball out, and who fell on it? So Barner got a helmet to the ball. It popped free. The 49ers are saying they have it. And the official says the 49ers have it.
And safety, here he's playing free safety, and kapow! He puts his helmet right on that football, knocks it out.
The 49ers start in the red zone. Beathard, 3-step, and misfires to Kendrick Bourne. So again in the Toyota red zone now on 2nd down, single back, and that's Tim Hightower. And the Chargers, boy, they just gummed that lane up, nothing there. Now and a backside hit, never picked up. Pinion is the holder, Nelson the snapper, and Gold puts it right through there. So the 49ers out of Duke, and so he was acquired by the 49ers today as the strong leg of Nick Rose, who's been the 2nd kicker of this camp. Man, he's got a strong leg.
But yet the corner Desmond King was able to knock Beathard down with a sack.
And there's Aaron Lynch standing up on run. All right, so they did give Barner a yard. 2nd down and 9. And that slants off the fingertips. 3rd and 9. Barner stays as the running back. 3 receivers to the right side. That's where Jones is looking, but now he's going to go and he can do this. And his open field run, though, does not get him a 1st down. The 49ers stop a yard short.
7 and can rush off the edges to go along with his special teams.
Toby Baker, free agent. Chargers having a little competition for the punt job. Here's Trent Taylor. There's Trent Taylor! And that is one of the things that the 49ers love about Taylor. So another good drive start here, and the 49ers take advantage. Well, there's Joe Williams.
Well done by Joe Williams.
Now it is Hightower on the play fake. Beathard being pursued and throws one short. Hightower exits empty backfield. And let's see the mark. I believe it's going to be a 1st down. So at the 32 of the Chargers, Tyler McCloskey in the game is the fullback.
San Diego's dominating.
And that one is bobbled, but then held.
Or 3 points.
So on third down, Blake Bell was in the backfield to try to help block, but the Chargers and Gus Bradley's defense flies in there again to sack Beathard and once again deny the 49er offense.
And there you see Corey Toomer, I mean, just coming unblocked, and C.J. Beathard had no chance.
Fair catch on the Pinion punt. Cardale Jones starting tonight at quarterback. The Chargers. Barner is wrapped up. Short gain there as he tried to run across the defense. Pretty good one.
I would not be shocked if Kellen Clemens stays the 2 and Cardale Jones as the project at number 3.
That's a nice catch. Low throw. All right, short third down for the Chargers. 4-man front 49ers. And Jones steps up and delivers. He threw that ball nicely. He got it over. Field position has been all 49ers in this first quarter, but just 3 points to show. Now Jones with a lot of time comes over the middle to another tight end.
Yeah, you're right. And, you know, that, like a lot of things in this league, have changed. Oh, jeez.
And there's a new running back. That is Austin Eckler. You talk about...
Not going to be playing.
And real football, as you know, 10 days away. But still, as I look at it, John, and I don't know everything just from going to practice, and I'm certainly no general manager, but I see on Saturday. Talk about that new rule, and is that a benefit to you guys? And here's the beauty of all, the number 2 claim on the waiver wire.
Of our team, we will.
All right, you see the Chargers in the Toyota red zone here with a second down. Eckler, the running back, hits the screen. That was good pursuit by Coyle. Brock Coyle came flying across to make that tackle, but Eckler's going to have a first and goal for the Chargers. All right, Andre Williams is now the running back behind Jones. He's been with the New York Giants the last couple of years, and Dakota Watson wraps him.
Third-round pick.
Was a third-round pick, and we're expecting the process to go a lot quicker, and we hope that it does, because he brings a lot to the table.
In the air, that was all over the place at Colorado.
No doubt.
So on third down, and Jones fires too high.
Giving these guys direction and telling them what we want, and they're going out and doing it. And that's playing hard each and every down. And been productive at different times this preseason, whether it be in practice or in games. It's a good group.
Well, here's Joe Williams trying the kick return. First time we've seen that, and Williams gets it out across the 25 with the flag.
Space.
During the return, holding receiving team number 46. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. First down.
See the veteran.
I think we're seeing some of what we've asked of him, and that's to go.
All right, so Beathard continuing. Again, the play-action boot to the left, and there's a nice catch. Victor Bolden went down. Short second down here. And there's a first down run. So Hightower.
Oh, that ball came out.
And so first down here at the 36 as Hightower gets the handoff. So John, we've been asking you about the draft pick, so let's get your sense here on this final preseason night. Second down here. And Beathard this time does tuck the ball with good results. How about this? C.J. Beathard, can he win a foot race? Unbelievable. C.J. Beathard runs 62 yards for a touchdown.
What did I
Just why you drafted him.
I got to be honest with you, I did not know he had that in him. Put up for the Hall of Fame in the, what do they call that, contributor?
Right.
Bobby Beathard, the great GM. And now look at his grandson go.
He thought he was in heavy traffic, like he was going to put both arms on it, like he was going to take a hit. Nobody showed up. Beathard said, see you later.
I thought the biggest smile I'd ever seen from John Lynch was last week on Reuben Foster's hit. You just matched it.
Pretty good.
You just matched it.
Then he started taking off.
And the very thing about that play, well, they have a shot here because we have a touchback on the kickoff. 49ers hadn't done much on offense, and Beathard erases a lot of that on one big 62-yard run. So now the Chargers come back.
Brings a little bit different type of skill set.
And here's a short throw to Jeremy Davis. Oh, there came Don Jones in, unblocked. Forced Cardale Jones to get rid of it fast.
Well, we've seen the ball game.
That
I think 49er fans knew that when New Orleans and
Yes.
Greg Williams spinal tapped Alex Smith
Absolutely.
in the first
I was thinking
game.
that was why it jarred me. Here's Victor Bolden's going to get a run back here. And Victor Bolden's in the free. in preseason. Or kick return here in Levi's against Denver, 92 on the punt return, but that extra point is missed. Well, it has been an opening that we've seen a couple of people perform well at, especially kick returning in this training camp. Kick fielded on a bounce, and Barner gets it out across the 20, and look at that, it's another receiver trying to make his claim on special teams, Kendrick Bourne. He's frequently in other sports, especially the baseball waiver wire, as Andre Williams, and that's Pita Taumopenu, the 49er draft pick, wearing 45 out of Utah. Four-man rush on Cardale Jones, who got hit, and that is a live ball. And let's see who's finally got it. It's still loose. That is ruled a live ball on the field, and it's the 49ers who cover it.
From the top of your screen, he just keeps coming with a bull rush. Look at that power. And Cardale Jones is going to learn in a hurry. You don't put that ball up there and hitch it a couple of times and not expect it to get knocked out. Let's also give Quentin Dials some credit for getting really good push on the interior there.
Tight end is Paulson. Running back is Hightower. And it did start without a flag. Hightower drags it down to the 3. So now 49ers with the fullback in there. On second down, trying to run it in. Hightower, ooh, he got cut under. Third down from the 1. That's Paulson sliding. The blocking tight end, they're going to run behind him, and Hightower's going to get pushed in. So there's the play that we're seeing run. 46, Hicatini is the undrafted free agent. Are ready to pounce on him. Had to compete some other teams at the end of the draft.
Really perfect catch. See those in practice all the time. That's the first time we got a shot, a look at it, Ted, in the game.
All right, so the Chargers on first down, and staying with Cardale Jones in the first half, and he throws a nice ball there that is caught by Jamal Jones.
You'd love to see him use those long arms to his benefit.
That was a 23-yard pass play on their first down. Now they try to run it, and that changed the way people looked at that position. Second down for Jones, screen to Williams. Nice tackle, that's Jackson. So Jackson's had a good first half with the intercept. Out of work. Here comes pressure, and Jones goes down. He stepped up to get away from the first wave, but the second gets him, and that was Senderick Marks, another veteran that just came into camp. So DeAndre Carter back to return this punt for the 49ers. And Carter trying to get out to his right, nothing there, covered well. Huge presence in the Houston area, and everybody's sending all of their best and helping materially beautifully to those that are affected badly by the hurricane. Beathard gets the middle, and Beathard gets a first down. It'll be an 11-yard run. First down. Beathard throws low, and it's caught. Shy of a first down.
Good catch there by Joe Williams.
And that one he's not able to hang on to.
Got to catch that. Good throw by Beathard.
That's batted down.
He and Melvin Ingram coming off the edges for the Chargers defense this year.
So Pinion, it's a good punt. Boy, that's well done. And Barner was disrupted by Don Jones, but the loose ball, the muff actually, is fielded by the Chargers.
Aaron Lynch is going to do some business here.
Coming outside left. Good inside move. It's the backside pressure by Watson. But Jones able to get away and complete a pass. Two Joneses on the inside. Or one of them actually, Chris Jones. And Cardale's trying to get away and does. And then slides, but he did get a first down. It's a high draft pick to give up on.
Big talented guy, and as we said earlier, 11-0 at Ohio State as their starting quarterback.
All right, empty. Jones has Barner near sideline, so here's the safety valve throw. And Barner will get out of bounds. Only bring 4. And Jones throws the ball to the sideline. That's another very nice throw, and it's caught by Mitchell Page. Now there's a flag back where Jones threw the ball, and it's a hold.
They can't block Dakota Watson.
That's right. I'm sorry, it's going to be hands to the face rather.
They can't block. Excited to be here and provide anything he can, special teams and as a rusher.
2nd and 15. Barner circles out of the backfield. Going to run the ball, and Barner's going to get the first down. So there it is, down to 13 seconds. No.
And look, if you're Anthony Lynn, you hire coordinators that have been head coaches, Ken Wisenhunt and Gus Bradley.
Let's see if he can get to the sideline. Nope, can't get there. Jamal Jones, nice open field tackle by Keith Reeser that's going to end the half. Ball will not get put in play in time. Running game didn't have the effect you'd like. The return game was terrific. You saw 2 big ones there from Bolden and from Trent Taylor. So we begin the second half with a touchback.
The most of every rep, for sure.
Well, it's an interesting moment for him. His first NFL snap, live snap. They'll let him throw one. Nope. Well, that's baptism. Loss of 8. This time from the shotgun. And there's that little comeback on the far side that is caught.
Big receivers in the National Football League, obviously.
Quick throw there, and that's Carter, DeAndre Carter. All right, so first down here on that previous catch by Carter. Whoops, Joe Williams. At least is back to cover it, but. And nice job there. That's a good play by Mullins to get some of that lost yardage back. Plus, DeAndre Smelter, another receiver. It's tough to not have that pan out. There's a pass to the middle that is broken up. Carter, DeAndre Carter. It's probably something we'll say for the next offensive possession because it's there are a lot of factors that go into it, which you would expect. Barner lets that punt bounce, and it's down by the 49ers inside the 20.
Happens with Matt Barkley. Obviously an asset, Ted, knowing the system.
Cardale Jones on a handoff, and there's a good cutback by Eckler.
A rookie as the 2. It's going to be interesting to see if they stay with 2. I think they will, and what happens with Barkley and or Mullins.
Cardale Jones trying to get outside, does. He had one shot there.
250 pounds. It's pretty crazy.
Delivers over the middle. That'll be short of a first down to Sean Culkin.
Next to the phone in case something happens. There's a lot that goes into it.
Oh, well, there's some missed tackles by the 49ers, and Eckler takes advantage. The Chargers are a team. Do they go 2 or 3 when you have a quarterback in Rivers that hasn't missed a game in a decade?
I think it's going to be 3 at his age, and Clemens being the backup, and I think the project is this guy right here, Cardale Jones, at number 3.
His play-action roll throw is caught by Culkin for a short gain.
And I'm not.
Jones goes out to the far side, and there's a first down catch and run again, and Eckler.
He's a show. He's so much fun to be around, and obviously a terrific, terrific player.
Yeah, a little end-around action there. And that Scott story brings up a big part for the Chargers in the Toyota red zone.
Oh.
Barner got smacked down, but
they got a lot of firepower. The AFC West going to be fun to watch.
Jones comes over to the near side, and that play smothered by the 49ers. Andre Patton. Jones got bumped as he threw that ball, fired it high and out of bounds.
The last couple, they're getting some bounce back in their step.
All right, Chargers put up 3. That's Josh Lambo. Donate $10 to the American Red Cross Hurricane Harvey Relief. As this kickoff goes out for the touchback.
Doing well.
Your neighborhood was flooded. Was it difficult to maintain contact with them?
You know, at first it was, but I was able to reach out to most of my family members.
Ask you about the game and the 49ers defensive line. How do you see it shaping up?
Yeah, definitely. We have so much talent, and it's amazing to watch. We have a lot of young guys, and it's amazing to watch these guys grow because
a little bit better rusher than people think he is.
All right, here's Nick Mullins. He just made a nice pass play. Here's the run play.
Only the want to and the desire, but a really good adjustment by him catching that football. Read
Mullins, how about that? And Mullins gets a first down. Chargers 41. There's Capri Bibbs on the carry. His first carry tonight. Bibbs inside. That'll be close to a first down. I lead to his as Mullins tries again. That place, Chargers all over it. McCloskey can't handle a low throw.
This is a tough playbook to digest. So whoever you have on the practice squad, they need to know the offense.
The backfield. Joe Williams to the bottom. Quick pass to him, and that's blown up again. Chargers saw that coming. Strong light. We saw it in Minnesota Sunday night. He's going to try 53 here. And pushed it. So the leg strength is there. That's not the question. Quarters, Cardell Jones is out. This is Mike Bercovici. And that's a pick. And if Asa Jackson had held his feet, it would have been pick 6.
Real good route by the wideout, but great recognition, and then the burst on the ball by Asa Jackson.
And he's actually a Cal Poly guy himself. He's been around for a while. Joe Williams now on the nice cutback run. His first game action. And this is Joe Williams. So Joe Williams getting a little more run in the second half. The veteran Tim Hightower got it in the first half. And what?
Ball's out.
Ball's out. And this is the one question. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Joe.
See, there's that little pitter-patter I was talking about. And it just slowed him down just enough. That ball comes away from his body a little bit, and then Carruthers, that big defensive lineman, just punches it out. Breida is going to make it, and then Raheem Mostert, I believe, is going to make it.
First half tonight. Good first half of activity. And that screen is knocked down by Scove. Mike Bercovici, his second preseason with the Chargers. And that pass misfires.
Ken Wisenhunt, the OC, coaching these quarterbacks, coaching all of them down there in San Diego. I'll say it again. I think San Diego in a tough division, Ted, has a chance to be pretty good.
That punt is away from DeAndre Carter, so it'll just hit and be downed. In OTAs and mini camps. Handoff here goes to Joe Williams.
It's over the middle. And then, of course, the deep shot that we saw in that football game as well from Marquise Goodwin. So there's a lot to be excited for when you look at the 49er offense. When you look at the wide receiver population and the quarterback and Brian Hoyer, I anticipate the passing game being much better this year.
All right, Joe Williams, the short gain.
I still think it's the best offensive line in the division. And I think when you look at the running back population and the commitment to it.
And Williams gets outside. And of course, he
got blasted.
Yes, he did. Of this franchise for 2 years. Was instrumental in the 49ers. That ball on another. That's the second missed handoff with a different running back. That was Capri Bibbs in the game, and Mullins, that's the second missed handoff. And this one's recovered by the Chargers.
Yeah, the mesh ball's getting placed into the belly of. Oh, I think he wanted to pull it out.
Yes.
I think that Nick Mullins
at their 49. And that
nice hit.
Good hit there by Vinny Sunseri. To draft Joe Williams, he called Dennis Erickson to talk to him about that situation. As Eckler breaks tackles, and Eckler's going to break them all the way down inside the 10.
And investigated it, because I know a lot of people took Joe Williams off their draft board.
Right on first and goal in the Toyota red zone. It is Eckler driving it down. Andre Williams now the Chargers back behind Bercovici. Takes the toss. And he's clipped down. Penetration there. How many out of 1,100 will be, right?
It's the end of the road for a lot of guys.
Crowd roaring. Bercovici's picked in the end zone by Will Davis. Nick Mullins, and this is Capri Bibbs.
You can't assure that he's going to sign with you as a free agent.
Here's Bibbs flashing a bit, gets it outside the 25, short though of the first down. Carter motions as a wide receiver top alongside Tim Patrick, and there's a pick six. Well, let's see. If Mullins can save it. No, he can't. Touchdown for the Chargers. Kyle Coleman on the interception.
Mullins never saw him. Never saw him. Sees the linebacker, undercuts that slant route, reading the eyes of the quarterback the whole way.
Oh, and the 49ers block the point and can run this back. Reeser. And he's saved. How about that? The kicker. Flag is down.
Offside. Defense number 4.
And this is Young Ho Koo. And he kicks the point through.
And then over the middle of the field. He's going to have a presence. Guys will be worried about Eric Reed hitting him in the middle of the field.
I think that's
John Lynch knows it, and he knows the defense, and this is a perfect fit for Eric Reed. And we've seen many examples, Ted, in the preseason of what Eric is going to be.
So the 49ers hopeful they can run out what's left here, 4 minutes plus. Capri Bibbs is the running back. Mullins, quick throw. And he hits that one. That'll be a first down. That's DeAndre Smelter. Bibbs drives that out across the 40-yard line, and that's going to be another factor. I mean, look, it's clear that the players need to understand that. Just because you were drafted in a certain place means nothing now.
Nothing. When you're inherited, it means nothing.
Bibbs on the toss. He gets it out. That'll be just short of a first down, but he does keep the clock running. Nick Mullins here with 2 minutes to play. 3rd down and 2 for the 49ers. And McCloskey, the fullback, is in. Bibbs trying to run for it, and he's not going to get there.
Jeremy Curley, I think, makes it in terms of his quality, but interesting that he didn't play tonight and does not have a reception in the preseason. If he doesn't make it here, I believe he'll get moved somewhere else. Not sure about that.
So Bercovici and the Chargers here are going to try to run the game out in this preseason finale. I kept thinking last year, someday they got to put play in for him.
Let's get a reverse pass going. And with Curley, career year for him last year and led this team in receptions. But when you think of it and put it in context, Ted, to the big picture, and again, Curley's a good receiver and is going to continue to play in this league, whether it's here or somewhere else. But that really kind of puts it into perspective of how much better this team has gotten at the wide receiver position.
Yes, and again, to me, it falls into the new regime category. They look at people, they see things in a certain way, and no two people see things the same.
And not to mention, probably one of the things that's working against Curley is that there's a lot of guys that can play in the slot that are already on this roster.
All right, there are the coaching staff. That's Anthony Lynn, the Chargers head coach. First-year guys greeting.